In this video, I'm going to show you how to trade on Hyperliquid exchange. So firstly, what you're going to need is a Rabby wallet or a MetaMask wallet. I like to use Rabby and I recommend that you use Rabby as well because it's the best wallet. Now in the description and the pinned comment of this video, I will leave my referral link for Hyperliquid and that will give you 4% discounted trading fees. So once you've signed up using the link and you're now on Hyperliquid and you have your Rabby wallet, you're going to need some Ethereum in there. Next, what you can do is you can bridge in your Ethereum straight to Hyperliquid. To do that, we're going to use Unit. Simply connect your wallet, click the drop down and select Ethereum, tick these two boxes and click continue, and then send Ethereum to this wallet deposit address. Your transaction will then pop up at the bottom and you can watch until it's completed. Once it's completed, you will then have an Ethereum balance on Hyperliquid. You can see I have 1.8 ETH here. And now all we need to do is go to the ETH chart on spot. And here we can click sell. And then we can sell our Ethereum into USDC. And now we can begin trading. You will then have a USDC balance. You can see I have 1.5k in perps, but yours will most likely be in spot. So simply click these arrows and transfer from spot over to perps. Then click confirm. Then you'll need to sign the transaction. And now you'll have USDC in your perps account ready to trade any of these perpetual futures on Hyperliquid. And now you can begin longing and shorting. So let's say we want to long TON. We can click buy long. We can select whether we want to use cross leverage or isolated. I recommend always using isolated unless you really know what you're doing. Here we can then select the leverage. And we can also decide if we want to place a market or a limit order. And we would just enter in the price and the size that we want to enter in with. We can then also select if we want reduce only or if we want to select a take profit and a stop loss before we enter our trade. We can also add this in later. To add this in later, once we've already entered a position, you simply come down to this TP/SL here, click the pencil, and you can add in your take profit and stop loss price, or you can do it by percentage gain or percentage loss. Once we've then set our margin, we'll get some information about our liquidation price, our order value, the margin required for the trade, and our estimated slippage and the funding rates. This is how much you're going to be paid to keep the position open versus how much you're going to be paying to keep the position open. You can also hover over some of these things and see what they mean. If we then wanted to place this trade, we would simply click place order. Order will be submitted, and now we are in a TON long position. You can see at the bottom here. And here we can see the position value, our entry price, the current market price, our current P&L on the trade, our liquidation, the margin that we've used, which we can also add to by clicking this pencil. And by adding margin, we will reduce our liquidation price, and the funding, how much we've paid in fees or how much we've received in fees. We can then close the position by a limit or a market order. Market will take us out of the trade immediately. Limit will take us out once a certain price is hit. And again, the take profit and stop loss can be added here. So if I was just to close out of this trade, close out market price, we want to close the whole position. We can click market close. And now we are out of that TON long that we've just entered. Here is the button to swap between money on your perps account and money in your spot account. And you can also click this withdraw to withdraw money back to your wallet address. Down here, we've got some information about our account. So we've got how much we've got in spot, how much we have in our perps balance, and also an overview of our perps trades. We can see our unrealized P&L, cross margin ratio, and some other information down here. So that is how to trade on Hyperliquid. Very straightforward, very easy. You have all of your tickers up here. You can select all coins, perps, spot, trending, DEX only, pre-launch, and they have some other categories here as well. The chart is a trading view chart, so it's very familiar. You have all of your typical features just like you would in trading view. You also have your indicators, time frames at the bottom, and you can select the different time zones here. So it's a very familiar setup. And along the top, we have information about the coin, the market price, the oracle, which means the medium of external prices reported by validators, used for computing the funding rates, the 24-hour change, 24-hour volume, open interest, and the funding. You also have your order book along the right hand side, and you can also select trades and see all of the live trades. And you can verify these by clicking this button here, and this will take you to the Explorer and you can see the trade on chain. At the top, you've got your deposit button and you can see your connected wallet. This is for phone and mobile view. Here you can change the number formatting and the language. And here you have the settings button, so you can play around with some of the settings. So that is a tutorial on how to use Hyperliquid Exchange. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave a like rating and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this.